Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we have a TikTok video. I'm not going to say anything. We're going to watch it, we're going to reconvene, and I will tell you all of my thoughts per usual because I have a lot about this one specifically, so let's get into it. So before we start, I want to read you the text that is on the screen because it's kind of small. It says, "Here I am minding my own business until these men in a van drive past and both stare directly at me as they drive past. To some people, just reading that will seem like, what's the big deal? But anyone who's experienced that look will know exactly how I felt." My vision is not great. "It's intimidating and it made me feel so self-conscious." Let's watch it.
First off, let me preface this video by saying women are absolutely victims of harassment in society by disgusting men, and it needs to stop. But you are not one of them. But what you are is a narcissist.
Anytime Joey Swole pops up, you know it's going to be good. I adore Joey Swole. I love his content. I love what he's doing. So yeah, I just want to say that really quick. Like, anytime I see him pop up, I'm like, here we go. Buckle up. Okay.
You say this man is staring at you. He's not staring at you. He glances at you for a literal second. You're standing in the middle of the sidewalk. You're stretching. Your arms are in the air. You have an entire film production set up. And he glances at you as he drives by. You're in his peripheral. It's called situational awareness. And then you post this screenshot to prove that he's staring at you. But what I find funny is you don't post a screenshot from a literal second later where he's not looking at you, but you are still looking at him. He doesn't say anything to you. He doesn't yell at you. He doesn't even slow down. And then you post this to say that he's a coward, that he's trying to intimidate you, and there's no consequences for men.
The little text that she posted says, "They had no idea I was filming, and it made me consider all the times this has happened in my life and to most women, and how different it would be if they knew people were watching. I will never understand why men do this in cars and vans, but I think it's so cowardly, intentionally intimidating someone, knowing you can just drive off and pay no consequences. It shouldn't matter what you're wearing, what you're doing, whether you're with someone or alone. You should be able to feel safe to go about your life." He literally just glanced in your direction for 1 second. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway.
And there's no consequences for men. I'm here to tell you there are consequences. You posted this man's face in his work truck. What if he loses his job? What if he can't support his family? What if he can't put food on the table? All because you want to feel like a victim on social media to get attention. And you know what the worst part of this is? This video is a slap in the face to women that truly are victims.
Yep.
You need to do better. Mind your own business.
Oh, I just love him. You know, I had reacted to some videos that were similar to this a while ago, but this was all happening in the gym. And this is, you know, what he mostly reacts to is things that happen in the gym. But now, girls are just on the sidewalk, getting a snapshot of a guy looking at her for a millisecond and making it into some big clout fest. You know, I try to be as respectful and as graceful as possible when I do reactions like this. But I think if you are someone who stretches this far to make something out of nothing, to post this for clout and clicks and views and likes and desperately want this attention, there is something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you. And my question is, how are girls like this not embarrassed? I know people have no shame or no judgment these days, but that was so embarrassing. You know, you're on the sidewalk, stretching with your arms up. It's normal for someone who is driving on the road to look at people who are on the sides of the road to make sure that they don't hit you, first of all, but also because that's what you're taught to do in driver's ed. Always look in your peripheral on the sides so you can make sure no kids are going to run across the street or anything like that. He glanced her direction for half a second, and she makes a video online saying he was intimidating her and staring at her and harassing her and whatever else she said. Are we serious? You weren't safe in the gym, now you're not safe on the sidewalk? It would be different if he, yelled something incredibly inappropriate out of the window, or catcalled, or did something, but he didn't do anything. But I do not understand why we've gotten so comfortable posting things like this online. I think some people are just so desperate for attention that they go out of their way to make someone look bad who actually didn't even do anything. And as Joey said, it does take away from the women who have actually experienced harassment. And another thing that's interesting to me that I mentioned in one of the gym video reactions that I did long ago was you're so uncomfortable with someone staring at you, not even staring, just glancing at you in public, but you post a video online for thousands, millions of people to see. The math ain't mathin'. There's no logic there. Also, you posted your butt. Couldn't even see her face in half the video. It's just her butt in the camera. Like, if you're comfortable doing that, why are you upset if someone glances your direction? Are men not allowed to look at you? Do they need to have the little horse things on that horses wear when they're walking on the sidewalk to make sure that they don't accidentally look at you? This is absurd. And I'll also say, from a woman's perspective, I think we do have to be more aware of our surroundings and a little more cautious and just really think about our safety in public. There is a safety element that I think women have to worry about, but this is just taking it to a level that does not exist and creating something out of nothing. And honestly just made her look so bad. And then what I also don't understand, are women not seeing the reactions to these videos, or the fact that everyone in the comments is calling you out for being a clout chaser? And it's so evident that you just want attention? Are women this desperate for attention? It's deeply concerning. I think it shows a huge issue that's going on in our society. And I'll also say this. I am not one to use the narcissism label a lot, okay? I don't often say the word narcissist because I think it's often overused and people are misdiagnosed and things like that, but you want an example of a narcissist? It's posting a video online because someone glanced at you and you think that they are intimidating, trying to intimidate you, and they're obsessed with you. Because a part of me is like, how are you not embarrassed posting this? But then another part of me is like, oh, but maybe she really thinks that guy was harassing her. Which is so more concerning than her feeling embarrassed. Men do have eyeballs. They do have peripheral vision. They do have a neck where they can turn and look different ways. A man might look at you. Anyway, I'm getting a little petty at this point, so I should end the video here, but really I just wanted to say, it was one thing when this was happening in the gym. It was ridiculous then. It's ridiculous now. I think it's disgusting that we've reached this point where we are trying to ruin a man's livelihood and likeness and blast someone on the internet who did absolutely nothing to you besides glance your direction for half a second because you are so depraved for attention and clout and likes and clicks. Do better, as Joey Swole said, and understand that this does take away from the actual people who deal with harassment and actual victims. Because there are actual victims, let's be real, but there are a lot of women and men who have dealt with harassment, stalking, and all kinds of other things that videos like this really water down. Anyway, I'm ranting. That's all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you have any other content you want me to react to, please send it my way per usual. I am always happy to check it out and do my best to react. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree? Did you think this was ridiculous? I mean, Joey Swole has an entire account kind of based around calling out stuff like this at the gym. So it's clearly happening a lot. If someone can dedicate their whole channel to this type of thing, then it's clearly happening too much. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.